People often say Rwandans enjoy comic, light, and unserious content. We refuse to believe that. The Voices podcast is here to help you get all the information you need if you are one of those people that are interested in informative, educative, and inspirational content. The Voices podcast is hosted by Arafat. We're here to give you all the information that you've been yearning to get in Rwanda. If you're one of those people, then welcome to the Voices podcast. Yeah, the Voices podcast.
And this, we lived in grass roofed houses, small huts. And then when I saw the priest in his colorful robes, and I told myself that's really what I want to do. So
today we are honored. We have a special guest in our studio. We have Dr. Pastor Antoine Rutaisire.
I was born a pastor. I think that will go very long back in my childhood, because the dream of becoming a priest came when I was 8 years old. That's when I went to church for the first time, and I saw the building. It was tall and impressive. And I told myself, when I grow up, I will be a priest, because I want to serve that God that has such a huge house. Because you see, that was in the 60s when most of us Rwandese, we lived in grass roofed houses, small huts. And then when I saw the priest in his colorful robes, and I told myself that's really what I want to do. So,
Pastor, what is it that men misunderstands on that might be part of the triggers for the divorce, or for having poor marriages or bad marriages?
Let's start with the difference between a man and a woman. For one, men, we tend to be rational, and women tend to be emotional, which is good, because God made it so that we complement each other. So where I'm strong on this, she's strong on that. If you look at even the way man created women and men, shows you the complementarity. Where she has a soft skin, I have a rough one. Where I have a pore, she has a hole. Things like those. So you find we complement each other. Where I tend to be very rational, she will bring in some emotion, and that's what will decorate the home. She will be intuitive. She will sense things I don't sense. She will have an eye for details. I have an eye for big picture. Things like those. Sometimes people say, oh, no, that's an exaggeration. I say, no, it's not. It's a divine made framework. So that's one. So what do men need to understand? Because we are talking about men. They need to understand that we are different. Don't expect your wife to be a man. If you are rational and she's being emotional, she cries easily, simply tell yourself, she's a woman.
Then bring a shoulder to lean on.
Yeah, sure. And sometimes women, let me tell my personal story. Sometimes my wife will come home and say, today was rough and tough. I will say, no. That's a small thing. Don't take every cat for a tiger. Then one day she told me, when I come home like this, I don't need a device. I just need 2 ears. I need somebody I can tell how horrible my day was, how horrible people were. I need a shoulder to cry on. I'm not in here for counseling. It's not consultancy. I just need you to listen. I said, that's very easy. So you learn to know that one thing women love about men: 2 ears and 1 mouth. Speak less and listen more. Quality time.
Speak less, listen
more. That's what we call quality time.
When
you really listen. Most men don't listen. They talk before they even understood. Have you seen that even in meetings? not just in the home. That's how men are created. We tend to be the kind of najua. I know it all. You start telling, there is a problem here. They say, no. That's not a big deal. We have an answer. But if you haven't listened to what I'm telling you, as a matter of fact, one of the things I hate about meetings, people don't listen. They talk. Mostly leaders don't listen. They talk, they don't listen. Men talk, they don't listen. I myself, I do it. I know. Sometimes I don't listen, I talk. I know it's bad, but I too, I'm a man. But the thing is, women love it when you can listen and you talk after. Talk less, listen more. Quality time.
And talk things that touch the emotions.
No, that's manipulation.
Because you see,
talk things that relate to what they are talking about. Because I know some men who know how to manipulate women. No, Sherry, don't worry, I love you. She's not talking about love. She's talking about an issue. So listen to her. Talk about the issue, not about. She's not claiming for love. She's claiming for listening ears. So that's one. The other thing is, people love faithfulness. Women. And I think this is where men really get it bad. Faithfulness. Because they think if I have provided for my family, we have a house, we have a car, we have money on the account, so why can't she give me freedom? Okay, fine. Actually, when a man says that, I get those cases in my counseling sessions. Sometimes I tell men, put yourself in her place. What if she paid back with the same behavior and she went with another man? Would you enjoy finding her in the arms of another man? I said, no, that's different. I say, what is different? She's a woman. I say, but what's different from a man and a woman? Does it mean that women were allowed to be bulls in the village? But the thing is, that's a cultural thing. Because we've been, maybe not intentionally, made to believe men have freedoms that women can't afford. But the thing is, if I'm calling for my wife to be faithful, I must be held to the same standards. And I think that's one area, by the way, if you look into the statistics again, top of the list, causes of divorces and unfaithfulness from men and from women. Because women too are coming. Oh, my dear.
It used not to be the same, but today.
No. Today, actually,
they are the most cause. They are the most.
You know the big problem with women. When you talk about that, you will get somebody reacting. Say, no. You are talking about women as if. I say, no. I'm talking about women who are doing wrong things. Not
women who are doing good things, of course.
Because you see, one time I had this big debate with some women. They made it very personal. They say, no, you said negative things about women. I say, no. I said negative things about women who are destroying homes, who are giving bad advice to other younger women. But they made it very personal. They made it, I became a bad guy who is a misogynist or whatever. I said, no, I'm not. I'm not. But my role as a pastor is to prophetically tell people, don't associate with people who will destroy your home. But women are coming. This same city is full of happy ladies
who are up and down all night.
My dear, can you imagine? A woman will leave a baby at home to go dance on Friday
and come back late at 2 in the morning.
2? That's early. Come back in the morning.
Really?
So they will milk their breast and leave the milk with the house girl and babysitter.
That's very challenging.
Say, look after this baby. I'm going dancing because I need my freedom. I tell people, our freedom must be limited by the freedom of our partner. So if I'm a married man, the day I decided to marry, it means my freedom has been reduced to the same proportion as the freedom of my wife has been reduced. So we need to build a home. there are things you must let go. Otherwise, you become a big boy. So you see Arafat, he's married, he has 2 kids, and he's just living as if he was still a boy. You are not a boy. You are a married man. But many people want to live as if they weren't married. So sometimes when I become very emotional about this, and people get angry, but the truth always hurts. People will be angry when you tell them what you are doing is wrong. Why? Because they want to keep on doing it. And they want you either to support what they are doing or be silent about it.
Don't talk about it.
But I'm a pastor. My role is to educate. My role is to correct. My role is to open the eyes of people to see that they are going the wrong route.
I have a friend of mine. Whenever we talk about adultery, he feels very bad.
Oh, sure.
I've told him. I tell him that every person in the marriage who engages in adultery is equivalent to the other. Like if you do it and your wife does it, you're all the same. You're all doing the same thing. But he never believes that. He says, you know what? He gives me an example which triggered my head. It was like, Arafat, be sincere with me. If you catch your sister having sex with another man, and this sister of yours is married, you know it very well, and you also catch his husband having sex with another woman, what is more disgusting to you out of those 2 examples? Sincerely speaking, I think I would be tolerant if I find a husband to my sister having it than seeing my sister.
Well, actually, that's the thing. Because we men, we tend to think like that. You say, oh...
That's what I think too.
No, let me tell you something. You find the husband of your sister cheating on her. Say, it's fine. Then
I'll be somehow tolerant to that.
Then you find your sister cheating on her husband. Say,
it's more disgusting to see a woman having it. And though it's my sister, it's disgusting to me. I mean...
Okay, for me, because I'm a serious pastor, and in life, by the way, I'm a man of integrity. What I think as a pastor is what I think as just as an individual. A husband who cheats on his wife and a wife who cheats on her husband, for me, they are both obnoxious. They are just cheats. So don't tell me, no, when it's a man cheating on his wife, it's tolerable, it's acceptable, it's not as bad, it's as bad. Because we are 2 equal people. She has emotions and I have emotions. So if you hurt the emotions of your wife by being unfaithful, why is it so? As a matter of fact, for me, it's even worse when it's a man doing it. Why? Because women are emotional. So they are deeply hurt. Now we say, man, if my wife goes unfaithful, then she's very bad. But if I go unfaithful, I'm not so bad. You are both simply bad. Same level. Because what applies for the goose, that's in English saying, what applies for the goose should do for the gander, which means what goes for the man should go for the woman. So don't create 2 rules. It's the same rule. We offend each other by being unfaithful. So don't be just tolerant. Well, since you are a man, then it's acceptable. For me, I'm now speaking as me. For me, both are abhorrent.
Okay. So, Pastor, like most cases, what are some of the cases that you mostly receive in your counseling room when people coming to ask you, like the ones you've helped to marry, breast, like what is it that they come telling you when things are not going well? Mostly, what is it that we need to be conscious about and say, this can really happen to you if you one of them?
Top of the list, unfaithfulness. Top. Most cases I meet, unfaithfulness tops the list. Case number 2, lack of communication. Where a man is doing his things and wife seems to be peripheral to his life, or by the way, even women do it. The man may look peripheral to her life, although it's more frequent with men than with women. So lack of communication. And lack of communication always will go with huge finance problems, because when there is no communication, the woman feels left out of the budget of the husband. She says, I don't know where he puts his money. I don't know how much he earns. He gives me just what he wants to give to me. I have always to beg and beg and beg. And some women get tired with it. So they start becoming independent. And then the man gets angry. And then
and when they become independent, they suspect that they're having some support from other men.
Exactly. Because the woman says, okay, fine. Give me what you want. I'm no longer going to come begging you. And then she gets to a point where she hides from the husband how much she's making. A husband who used to see the salary of the wife going through the family account, the wife goes to her workplace, tells them she creates a new bank account where the husband doesn't have access. So the husband starts being suspicious. So it flares up into a fight. So things like those. And other times, I think number 4 in that, you will get issues with the extended family, be it from the wife or the husband.
Who intervenes into your marriage.
Or who become just, sometimes the husband remains attached to his family and the wife is excluded, or the wife remains attached to her family. She's sending lots of money to the family and she doesn't like the relatives of the husband, things like those. So there are so many issues, by the way. So I've never done a classification, but the most frequent are those 4. Yeah.
Pastor, another thing is that there is silence around men who are struggling in their marriages. Sure. Not only in Rwanda, and I mean, this is global. They're silent, but when, if we are to be particular in Rwanda, what is it that is stopping men from calling for help?
Well, actually, see, women, we've been taught, number 1, not to cry, so don't show your emotions. And number 2, men who are beaten or oppressed by the wives. How do you go to the police one-stop center and say, oh, I'm coming, my wife is beating me, and people say, what kind of man is this? So, because...
But who says that? Who says that? Is that the feeling you have that
No.
what kind of man is this?
We've been indoctrinated from childhood.
That we cannot ask for help.
We don't show our tears. We don't... if we say that the wife is stronger than me, she's exploiting me, and she's beating me, she's doing this. So we tend to be squeamish about showing that we are weak. Because if I reveal that the wife is beating me, mine is not and can't. But the thing is, some women are strong. Even, by the way, you find that there is even a double measure. If the wife beats the husband and the husband responds, very often, be it here or elsewhere, the husband will be accused of domestic violence.
That's why I'm bringing this. That's why I'm bringing this.
She beat me and I beat her in return. But who is going to be punished more seriously? The husband. Because they say you should have restrained yourself. You shouldn't have... Well, she was beating me. But the thing is, if she beats you and you beat her in return, then you will be severely punished. So usually men prefer to be silent because she beat you. And then you say, am I going to report this to the police? Then they are going to look at me like a man without power. So you prefer to put on a face mask and pretend nothing happened.
There are so many men who are sleeping in the guests' rooms and they have nothing to do, but
actually,
they can't.
These days, those cases are becoming very numerous because women can be abusive verbally. That's the most frequent category. She makes your life so impossible.
Miserable.
Actually, I know one man, he was telling me his story. He told me, Pastor, my wife can kill you without saying a word. Can you imagine you spend 30 minutes telling your wife things and she's standing there looking at you like this and then she goes, we know Mugaburidi. So if you go to the investigation bureau and says, my wife is torturing me, she hasn't said a word, but the simple fact of punishing you with silence can break your heart.
Seriously.
So how do you go about telling people my wife doesn't talk, but she's killing me? Others will call you names. What kind of husband are you? Look at the people who graduated the same year as you did. They have achieved this, and you are still just sluggishly going on in life. So you feel emasculated, disempowered. So there are so many ways husbands get aggressed or get kind of molested by their wives, but we being men, we suffer like men, we stoically. I remember when we were studying literature long ago, I think it is Alfred Dauvigny. He had this La mort du loup, where he say, gémir, pleurer, prier, c'est également lâche. So, gémir, that's groaning, crying, praying is just cowardice. So, you just
Leave it for women.
Leave it for women. You die stoically. That's what.
Is that what we should consume and go on with it?
That's what most men will do. No, I don't think I have a solution to that, because I will not prevent men from being men.
But we can call out for them to seek for help where it's needed.
You mean you call the police to take your wife to custody?
No. You can seek counseling.
Yeah, okay, seek counseling, yes. Some men do. They seek counseling, but they don't seek help from the police. But if this woman is molesting you verbally or physically, will the pastor bring a solution, or she needs some push from somebody? But anyway.
But Pastor, how does it look? What is the practical way of, fighting for your marriage as a man?
That's a good question. Actually, the best way to fight for your marriage is doing like soldiers. In Latin, they say, civis pacem para bellum. If you want peace, prepare war. Which means know all those things we've been speaking about that will destroy your marriage. Be proactive. Solve the issues before they become a problem. If you see your wife becoming very abusive at the very outset, when you ask, do you know, I've never seen a fiancé being abusive. Some do. I've counseled some young men who were having those problems. I remember one of them, I told him, actually, look, and he was telling me, Pastor, when I think that I'm going to marry that girl, I get a headache. I sat there, I closed my eyes.
And they had already made the decision to marry.
Yeah, they were getting married in a few months. And I told him, if I were you,
I would cut it from here.
No. I would simply park the car, then look into the engine and solve the problem before I drive very far. Because if you are getting a headache,
park the car, solve the problem before you drive.
Yeah.
Simply.
So you see you are driving your car and you see the engine is hitting. Say fine.
And you continue driving.
You keep on driving. When you know the engine is hitting, you just park the car, check the engine.
Actually, I'm getting it now well. Actually, the engine is hitting and you're deciding to take a long drive.
Exactly. So you are maybe going to Kagitumba and you are already in
Kayonza.
At least you notice your engine is already in the edge.
And then you continue driving.
You are in red. Then you say, oh, no. We will drive. It's metallic. So by the time you reach maybe Gaviro, your engine will be dead. I don't even think you will reach there. So somebody is developing a headache. And I've seen girls. I've spoken to women. I say, couldn't you notice this problem was there? Say, no, actually, when we were fiancés, on many occasions, he did this, he did that, and then you carried on. Then I say, you are stupid. You've been stupid at the very beginning. Because if you notice, actually, there are some, I'm writing a book for the youth, but it's probably going to take some months because I have other things I'm working on now. But there are some characters. Some characters. I know this one that I'm saying people will not be happy about it. There are some characters that I would take time before I accept to marry. If a girl or a boy is a drunkard, believe me or not, even if he is nice when he's sober, I will not rush into marriage. Why? Because it's going to backfire once you're in the home. If a boy or a girl is abusive when you are still fiancés, what will happen once you are just an acquaintance in the home? One time we had a boy, he slapped his fiancée in front of the church because she was late.
She was late?
Yeah.
That was in the church?
In front of the church. In front of the church office. He had been waiting for an hour and a half. When she got there, he slapped her.
In front of you?
Yeah. And for me, I said, if I were
this girl,
I'm not going to do it because I'm a pastor. I'm going to advise them. But the thing is, I wouldn't carry on
with this man.
Somebody who dares to slap you when you are still fiancés, what will he do?
No. Even in front of the pastor who is going to counsel you. I mean, that's for me, that's what is important than even you. I mean, look.
In front of the house of God.
Yes.
And that's in public. Anyway, so you see, there are things, and the other things too. You know, even boys, sometimes boys will tell you, this girl is always asking about my money and my... I say, actually, if a woman is just looking for your pockets, then I will be extra careful about engaging in marriage. Because somebody who is already only interested in how much you make, then should put a question mark. And other people too, because, I know I've found... let me give you a concrete case of this one. Cheaters. This boy is a cheat.
He's been doing it. He's done it once, twice.
One girl came to me. Her parents were adamant against her marriage. Told her, young lady, daughter, we know that boy. We've done a due diligence. He's a cheat. He has already impregnated 2 girls. And the girl was saying, help me, help my parents to understand. And I said, what's the problem? Say, my parents don't like my boyfriend. Why don't they like him? Say, well, my dad tells me he has done due diligence on the boy. He has impregnated 2 girls. And they say, oh, he has impregnated 2 girls? You mean he's coming to you with 2
other
kids?
2 kids.
From 2 different mothers. Say, no, pastor, you don't really seem to understand, because those are not very serious girls. I said, actually, that's becoming more serious. Because if he's associating with not serious girls, then for sure.
He's not serious.
If I were your dad, I would put a caveat on your marriage.
On your marriage.
Because this boy is going to make you see all colors of the rainbow in life. They married. She was stubborn. They married, but I knew some years down the line, she will be coming for counseling. By the way, she was already pregnant when he married her.
The guy was serious.
Very serious about his business. So you see, sometimes already we have the signs. We have early warnings that this man or this girl... Other times I get these girls who tell me, the boy is not decisive. He's dancing around. We've been dating for 4 years and he's not making up his mind. And he's telling, when I ask him when I'm going to take your decision, he's telling me I'm pressurizing him. And I say, okay, fine, walk away.
Find someone else.
Let him be the one walking behind you. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, this guy who is making you mad when you're not married. So there are some characters we must be careful about. Because they are going to make us miserable. So if you want to build a good home, start early. Even in choosing who to marry. That's step one. Number two, but even you yourself, build up your character to become a real man. Because many cases, I get many big boys in the home. They are husbands, they are married, yes, but they think like big boys. They don't really think like men. And I think that's why we, even parents, and even as a nation, we need to do something about it. Prepare the girls and the boys to become men. So you really know when your boy is getting married, you know that you've really groomed your boy to become a husband.
Do we really understand the difference between a grown-up boy and a man?
And a man.
Do people really understand?
You know what God did with Adam before bringing in Eve? So God said, it's not good for this man to be on his own. Let's create a wife. And he didn't. You know what he did? God went on his business. So he created animals. It says, Adam, come, my boy, give names to these animals. I already created you, give names. You give names to the birds and give names to the animals. What was God doing? He was creating responsibility. Preparing Adam to know Eden, know what's in Eden, so that when Eve comes, she's going to marry a man who is prepared, who is responsible. So how do you prepare our boys to become responsible husbands? How do we prepare our boys to be husbands who care for their wives? How do we prepare our boys to be men who will toil and sweat to feed their families without being suspicious about their wives? How do we prepare our boys to take care of their children when they come? And things like those. How do we prepare boys to be visionaries who plan for their families? So there are lots of things we need to teach to our younger generation. So this should be part of the curriculum in the schools, secondary schools, universities, and then churches, and then families. So we put our strength and our efforts together so as really to encourage our younger generation to build good homes.
As men, how should we balance our roles at work, things we do, with caring for our wives and our children?
Because actually, it's a simple thing. It's about purpose. You know, some people, because they've never been taught to live a purpose-driven life, the first question you should be asking yourself when you go to work, who are you working for? What are you working for? So if you are married to a woman and you say, I'm working to make money so as to build my family, what does it mean? It means first thing to do is let me make my wife happy. Otherwise, I may be working for the family, but not building the family. You may spend all your days out there running from Europe to America to Asia to wherever, investing for your children. But you don't have time to invest into your children. You will end up with spoiled kids who have everything but have no values because they learn character by being with the father and the mother. And I see many men investing for their children without investing into their children.
And investing for their children, but not into the children.
Yeah. I see many men working for their families, but not building their families.
So it's like you're working hard to have enough finances for the family, but you're not working hard to have these kids have values.
Do you know, if you look in the Bible, the role of a man, according to God, is not just to feed the family. So we've become providers. But God says, first thing you do as a husband, love your wife. Take care of your wife. Because you build up your wife by love. Then God says, look after your children. Teach them values. Teach them skills. Teach them civic engagement. I like the way God spoke about Abraham. He said, the reason why I chose Abraham, it was that he may teach his children to walk in my commandments. Those are moral values. And to do justice, that's civic engagement. And then to be people of character. That's character again. So you see, very often we forget that money, family is not just about money. And many men say, I've provided for my family. We have a house, we have a car, we have food. I say, but that's not enough. We are not bodies. As a matter of fact, we are souls inside the body. You are not feeding my soul, you are just feeding my body as you feed cows and goats and chicken. But I need
You're
also,
not impacting me internally.
I need also some direction. I need a sense of purpose. Well, you see, if you look at the youth today, they will tell you, oh, the younger generation, they suffer from depression. If you read about depression, depression very often is the result of a life without purpose. So we haven't given purpose to our children. One time I was counseling a young person who tried to commit suicide. Then I asked her a question. I said, what is your purpose in life? She said, nobody has ever asked me that question. I said, that's your problem. You at your age, you shouldn't be even thinking of committing suicide if you have a purpose, because purpose is long term. If you say, I'm young now, I'm dreaming of making this, once I achieve this, I dream of doing this, then you have a drive, you have a purpose. But if you don't put purpose in your kids, and very often, for us who grew up not having things, we tend to pamper our children, say, no, don't toil, don't worry, I will have provided. You will have enough money. I give you a card, you can go to the ATM, you just take as much money out as you want. You've killed your child. They should learn not to live that kind of spoiled life. A life without purpose, a life of leisure and pleasure is just finished. And that's what's destroying many lives. And finally, it's destroying the homes. You take this boy or this girl, I live in this neighborhood. If you go the road down here, sometimes I meet some young men in the morning. I say, are these ones, is this girl or this boy going to build a home? 5 o'clock in the morning, they are drunk. What kind of wife is she going to make? What kind of husband?
Is he going to?
So that's the question we should be asking ourselves. So if you're going to build, if we as men, to prepare our children and prepare ourselves, we need to develop character, but also develop skills for planning for the family, for giving quality time to our wives and sharing about our resources, a lot of things. So I'm not going to go back and give a course on marital preparation, but the thing is, it's all needed.
Finally, maybe as we conclude this, when a marriage is falling, because signs always will show. As a man, because this is mostly in the hands of a man, that's what I think. You will prove me wrong or you correct me. What should a man do immediately that can at least revert the falling?
Okay, that's very simple. Troubleshooting. Let me use the image of driving a car. If you're driving a car and you look at your signs, tells you your car is heating. What does the book tell you? You park the car. You check for water. do I have enough water in my radiator? If you have enough water, then you check for other things. They will tell you the kind of things you check for. So in marriage, if you see things going bad, you find that your wife is not happy or your husband, don't wait until the engine has exploded. You stop immediately. You look inside.
How do you stop? Let's be practical.
No,
Let's say,
it's very simple. You know,
for instance, let me give you a simple example.
troubleshooting a marriage. It's the simplest thing you can do. You need two people to make a marriage. You need two people to make a divorce. And you need two people to repair a broken or breaking marriage. Simple. Sit together. Ask your wife or your husband, you seem to be unhappy. Can you tell me what's going wrong? What's going on? Then she will tell you if she's sincere, or he will tell you if he's honest. Then you list the problems. It's just doing the right diagnosis. Once you have the diagnosis,
You sort out one by one.
then you decide, the two of you, how can we solve this problem ourselves? Let me give you a good case. I had a husband and a wife. They decided to just call it a day. The husband told the wife, you are not the woman I was looking for in life.
After they've been together for how long?
I think it was 4 years, somewhere there. And the wife said, actually, I too.
I made a
I
mistake.
totally agree. You are not the kind of husband I was looking for. Because I'm not happy and you're not happy. So better go your way and I go my way. So they came to see me. They were good people. You know, most of the people who divorce, they are not even bad. They simply have some
Misunderstandings.
misunderstanding. Oh, no. They may even have some faulty behaviors. So that they don't want to change. So they told me we decided to divorce. But we told ourselves, let's go see Pastor. They weren't even members of my congregation. Let's go see Pastor Antoine and see what he will tell us. Is there any hope? Oh, because these two, at least they were good Christians. I told them, actually, it's very simple. You don't have any big problem. Go home and divorce. But do yourselves a favor to each other. You write, you make a list of the things you expected from your wife. She makes a list of what she expected from you as a husband. Exchange the wishes. Then
And be true. Don't lie.
Yeah, be true. This is what I expected. This is what you do. This is what I expected. This is what you do. So when you finished, give him the list, give her the list, then you part. So that in the future, at least she knows what the husband expects from the wife, and you know what the wife expects from you. But otherwise, since you are determined to divorce, it's your decision. I will not force you to stay together. So they went. They met very good people. They were young. That's why I was telling them not to. I told them, you are still young. Give yourselves a second chance. No, Pastor, you don't understand. It's unacceptable. It's unbearable. It's a hell. I told them, but you built the hell yourself. So you can repair the hell and turn it into heaven, or you simply decide to walk away from the hell. You don't need to live in hell anyway. So they went. So when they had exchanged the wishes, the husband told the wife, actually, can we do what the pastor told us? Let's give ourselves a second chance. So let's give ourselves 2 years. These 2 years, I'm going to try to be.
This list.
I'm going to try to accomplish this, and you try to accomplish that. So we exchange progress, review. So they put even timelines for their progress review. So after some months, they came back and said, Pastor, bless us. We've decided to stay together, and we are going to change our hell into a heaven. And we think it's feasible. Usually that's what you should do. You just sit and be realistic.
Tell me where am I wrong?
You know usually what I do when people come to see me. I give them a list of things to look at. Then I tell them, take this list, go and do an autopsy of your marriage. What is killing your marriage? So do an autopsy, as they do in the forensic system. Do an autopsy. So what is killing this body? So once you've done the autopsy, you make a prescription. Then you implement it. Simple. It's not difficult. It's not rocket science. But usually,
unless there is someone who doesn't want to change.
Exactly. That's where the problem is. If you see people divorcing, somebody in that couple doesn't want to change.
But always there is a chance.
Those are the big boys.
But you're saying there is always a chance to amend the relationship.
Let me tell you why, Arafat. Because you see, you married your wife. Did you love her?
Of course.
So, okay, fine. If you go back to where you started, you notice we started with love. She wasn't imposed on me. I wasn't imposed on her, which means we have the potential to love each other. So you simply go back to those moments and see where you went wrong. See, this is how we started. We started just digressing when we got here. That's where we lost. We drifted. So we were good. The first year, you were a good husband, I was a good wife, you were coming home, we were exchanging things, we were doing things together. Now when you got here, you started diverting. You drifted into this. You started drinking. You started staying away from home until late. Or you started becoming abusive as a wife. So you simply say, okay, let's go back and stop this. Simple.
But according to you, is there a time where divorce is the only peaceful solution?
Yes. When it has become unacceptable, when the domestic violence, by the way, domestic violence for me shouldn't be tolerated. Definitely. You know, sometimes we as pastors, we say, oh, if the husband beats you, then you be patient. I say, no, I'm not ready. If you beat your wife and you make it a habit, that's a good reason enough to walk away. Domestic violence shouldn't be tolerated because you may end up with somebody killing somebody. Unfaithfulness, for me, sometimes I say if you change your outlook, unfaithfulness can be tolerated. Mainly when you have children. So you may say, okay, fine, this woman is unfaithful, or this man, but I don't want to hurt my children. But I'm going to adopt a zero tolerance. I simply say, okay, fine, if you are happy and pleased with the other
women
out
or
there,
other men,
just go. We are going to live as brother and sister here. So just enjoy yourself, but don't expect anything from me here. Why am I saying this? Because usually it becomes like a torture for a woman to know that this man has been out there with other women. When he comes home, she's almost frigid. She inside, she's boiling. So it's a torture. Then fine, but if you are a totally different, strong woman and say, okay, fine, I can live without you. We will live together, but I will not accept the torture. So go out, enjoy yourself. The day you decide not to carry on with that, then we will resume our marital bed.
Pastor, that's
a tough one.
That's a very tough one. I mean, I don't think many men will accept that or afford that. They will just maybe walk away and get married to someone else.
They are already out anyway.
But I hear most men say that umugabo ntago ngo acitinga ngo kubera ko ngo akunda umugore wo hanze ngo nyine ngo nirari ry'abagabo ngo mujye mutureka ngo urabona ngo ngiye umugore wanjye nsigara mukunda nubwo najya hanze ngo nubundi ngaruka mukunda ngo mba numva ngukunda cyane ngo nubwo najya mu bandi. So what do you say about that?
By the way, ngibyo jewe uretse yuko wenda ndimo kuvuga nk'umupastori. By the way, most men don't cheat because they love the other woman. Nearly, it's true. Kuko men are attracted by the eyes. Can you
Do me a favor.
do me a favor? And she does a favor. It doesn't mean the man hates his wife. But the day you decide to make it a habit, let's be honest, you are hating your wife.
The habit keeps growing. Sometimes people don't decide to have a habit.
And you have this bad thing. Because most cases, the telephone will be the accuser. You are chatting with a woman, you are sharing experiences, you are reporting on how the pleasure was and things like that. I've seen things. Sometimes, women today, women are
You report yourself through the phone.
Women are so smart. You delete and you think that she will not find out. She does it to the recycle bin. She retrieves the thing. Do you know that things you delete, they will spend some days in the recycle bin? Some women are smart enough to retrieve what you have deleted. And they send it to themselves. Then they delete again.
They keep quiet.
Then they keep quiet. And then
For the evidence
when
time.
the day when they are fed up,
For the evidence
they will
time.
say, Arafat, this is from your phone. If you deny it, and what do you do?
Pastor, sincerely speaking, take me as an example. Give me a few hints from your marriage. It's been like 30-something. Is it? 35. 35 years in marriage is not an easy thing. What is it? I mean,
it becomes easy when you've been working together for a long time.
Just give me and other men out there just hints on how you've survived.
Survived what?
Survived conflict.
No. I will not tell you how we survived. I will tell you how we thrived.
I mean, it's you who started telling me that there's no family that does not have wrangles.
Sure. Let me tell you
things.
something. Do you do some exercises?
I do.
Have you ever run?
I do, yes, I do.
Have you ever done some sports?
I didn't have any sport that I
now
did.
let me tell you something. When you do sports, you very often you suffer, if I can say, because
Pain. You get pain.
I used to do 400 meters.
Used to be a sprinter, athlete.
So when you take problems in the family as a training ground, so you take them as weights you lift, and you become stronger. Because when you've solved one problem, then you solve another problem. Then you solve a third one. Together. Three things that happen. Number one, you solve the first problem. You sit together. You talk over it. By the time we finish, you are hugging each other. Say, wow, I still love you. Then another one crops up. Then you do the same, you give it the same treatment. Then when you've done it, then you say, fine. I love you. I love the way you're handling the another hug. So slowly, actually problems are binding you together as you solve them. So they, as a matter of fact, you get to a point where you enjoy the problems.
Because now you have the blueprint of how to solve them.
You look at the problem and say, problem. Aren't you tired of being solved? You are coming back again. I'm going to beat you tomorrow. So sometimes we had agreed with my wife, if you want to know the trick, we would say, if we have a problem, the first thing we do, let's agree we have a problem, both of us. So whoever notices the problem first, because I may be the one feeling the problem, or she may be the one, we tell each other, we need to sit. When my wife says that, I know
something is wrong.
Something has been bothering her. We need to sit. By the way, I should go now because we need to sit. No, not because we are going to sit over something, but Tuesday is her day. Oh,
you've made a day for her?
Sure. I'm following a wise king who used to run this country. Have you ever read about King Gahindiro?
No, that's the truth.
Gahindiro had 8 days. Very good leader. I like the man. He had 2 days. I think it was Monday. It wasn't Monday and Tuesday. No. He had 2 days for just consulting the spirits for the welfare of the nation. So 2 days where kwicarana n'abapfumu bakareba uko igihugu kimeze niba imvura izagwa n'ibintu bimeze neza. And then he had another day of judging. I think it was even 2 days. Gucira imanza abaturage for judgments. And he had a day for shooting targets. Kurasa intego. So people, on the day of that, you would come with your bows and arrows, ukajya kurasa intego. That was leisure, entertainment. He had a day for cows. So on the day of the cows, you would come with your inkoni and inkuyu and you join the king in the cows. Mukirirwa muragiye ngaho muvuga ibyinyo. But one thing I liked most, he had a day for his wives. Umunsi w'abagore. So that day, ntawajyaga kwa Gahindiro except those who were taking drinks and tobacco for smoking. Otherwise, it was a time for him and his wives just to enjoy the presence of the man. So you see, I think he was a good model. So I and my wife, we have a day when as a matter of fact, as I go back into the good old days, I'm trying to create a Tuesday when I don't go anywhere. Today it was a favor I gave you.
Thank you so much, Pastor. Thank you so much.
I thought we'll be finished by 5.
Thank you so much.
Otherwise, because she goes to work, she's not retired yet. But the thing is, create a day for your wife. That's one thing. Then if there is a problem, tell her, what is the name of your wife?
Jen.
Okay, you tell her, Jen, you just sit here. Let's take this problem between us. We put it there. So we sit together, put my hand on your shoulder. We remind each other that we love each other. We have our 2 kids. We must grow together and we'll die together until death do us part. What is that problem? How do you see it? Should we tell you, actually, that problem is this. See, but that's not how I see it. Then you talk about it. By the time you finish, the problem has disappeared. Mukaikubitira, mukagunira, and it's over, and you love each other.
So it's very important to find...
Don't allow any problem to sit between you for more than a day. Because when you allow the problem to sleep there, kiragenda kigahamagara bya nyirakuru na bya nyirasenge, uncles and aunts and cousins of the problem come. And your wife will tell you, even when we are fiancés, you did it. Because women, they keep a cupboard. By
the time you do one and you extend it, they remember other things and include it there.
Yeah.
And then it will make the trouble big.
No, because they remember. You did it. There is another time when you did this and say, when was that? Why didn't you tell me? So, but you just sit there and say, oh, I didn't know. You just laugh about it and then you put it aside and the problem is gone. Then you are together. So you make it a habit, you make it a culture, and you decide not to allow anything to sit between you. Wherever it may come from, whoever may have brought it, you decide this woman is the one I married. Because the temptation will be to drift and say, no, ariko urumva Jenny ntabwo anyitaho nka Mariette. Mariette is not loving you. She's just giving you customer care because she's looking at your pockets. Nta nshore kikunda umugabo.
Ibimushaka ibyifite.
None. She's in customer care. When I go to a hotel, sometimes I see a girl from a distance, those attendants. She looks as if she's having a stomach ache. And then when you get close, she smiles, she brightens up and you say, okay, that's customer care. She has to smile even when she's having a stomach ache or a depression. Why? Because she needs to keep her job. Concubines are like that. I've never seen a concubine burying a man. The day you are dead,
that's the end of it.
They don't come to your burial. That's one customer dead.
Then other customers croaks in.
It's your wife who will cry and your children. While the concubines are just regretting that the lifeline is cut.
I have an old friend of mine. He's an old man. He told me He said it in Luganda. In I speak Luganda. He said bakazi baffe batuziika. He wanted to mean that
bakazi baffe
be batuziika
abagore bacu nibo
batushyingura
bazaduhamba
nibo bazaduhamba. Yabivuze ashaka kuvuga ngo you should treat her well because in most cases the end of your days should be the one close there.
Very true. As a matter of fact, I've been a pastor for years. When you're a pastor, you watch people. Usually, I know how a man and a woman lived together by how much tears are shed when the man is dead. A woman who loses a loving husband
cries more.
A woman who loses a husband who was already a pain in the neck, she's showing that she's unhappy. But it's as if deep inside is saying, "Oh, thank you for going away. That's one pain less."
Oh my God. So we should do our best to keep these women happy.
Not because of that. That will be for a selfish reason, just being a good man. Make your wife happy because you want to be a good husband. And by being a good husband, you are being a good father. Your children will thank you for loving their mom. Mine have. When we were 20 years, 25 years in marriage, our kids made a speech. Our first daughter, who is now married, she said, "Dad and Mom were giving you this cup." They gave us those big cups like they give to football teams that when they win a game. We are giving you this because you love each other. And by loving each other, you've given us a nest, a comfortable nest to grow in. Because at school and in life, we meet many people of our age mates who are depressed, who are unhappy, who are self-destructive because of the bad relationship between dad and mom. So by loving your wife, you are not just doing a favor to her. You are doing a favor to yourself, to your character, but you are more so you are doing a favor to your children. So if you have kids, you better love your wife, and your kids will thank you for that.
As we depart, what advice would you give someone who is now on the road to divorce?
Stop it.
Do what?
Reverse. And try to repair. Because every marriage is repairable. Every relationship can be amended if the two of you are people of character, people of good heart, people of intentionality. The big problem is that we've been educated into being lazy in front of problems. We give up early. We give up easily. But every problem can be crushed and beaten. If you are intentional and you simply tell the problem, I'm not the one who will walk out of my home. You are the one who will leave. Devil, you are the one who will leave this place, not me. The day you decide and make that decision. I like one sentence that you find in the book of Nehemiah. He said, let's stand up and fight for our families. I like that word. Let's stand up and fight for our families. We don't fight when there is no war. We don't fight when there is no problem. Let's stand up and fight and never give up. Never, ever give up.
Thank you so much, Pastor. Thank you so much. We don't take it for granted. It's been an honor to have you here, and I myself have learned a lot, and I believe people who are going to watch this will learn a lot, and we appreciate. That's what I can say. Thank you so much.
If something changes in your behavior, tell your wife to be the one to tell me.
A lot is going to change.
Tell the pastor that something has changed.
Because no one is perfect.
Then I will believe you. I'm not perfect either.
Yeah, sure.
You don't need to be perfect to build a good home.
To have something changed.
Actually, the best way to build a good home is first of all to say, I'm not perfect. If tells you, Arafat, this is not right. You say, I know. I'm not a perfect guy, but I'm not a bad husband.
Okay. Thank you so much, Pastor. It's been a pleasure. So much. We appreciate. We hope next time when we need you for something else, you will accept our invitation.
Book your thing early.
Not Tuesdays.
Not Tuesday. Today was a favor.
Okay. Thank you.